What if I told you that a Chinese warrior discovered a psychological technique so powerful it transforms fear into unstoppable courage in moments? This ancient approach to breaking societal barriers mirrors exactly what modern people face when trapped by others' expectations and limiting beliefs. Stay with us to the end and find out how this weird trick permanently fixes the fear that's been holding you back. Welcome back to Myth Motivation, where ancient wisdom meets modern transformation. Today, we're diving into a Chinese legend that's been quietly revolutionizing how people overcome their deepest fears for over 15 centuries. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this approach works when everything else fails, and how you can apply it starting today. Picture ancient China during the Northern Wei dynasty. The Huns are invading, and every family must send one man to war. In the Fa household, there's only an aging father, too frail to fight, and his daughter Mulan, brilliant, capable, but trapped by a society that demands she remain silent and invisible. Here's where most people think they know this story, but what you're about to discover goes deeper than any Disney movie ever revealed. Mulan faced a choice that millions of people face every single day: remain safe in others' expectations, or risk everything to become who you're truly meant to be. The difference is, Mulan discovered something that modern psychology is just beginning to understand. Late one night, as her father struggled to practice with his sword, Mulan watched from the shadows. Her heart broke seeing this honorable man preparing to die not from enemy weapons, but from his own physical limitations. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of accepting this powerless position, Mulan did something that defied every social norm of her time. She didn't just rebel, she integrated. She took her authentic self, her intelligence, her physical strength, her strategic mind, and combined it with the role society needed filled. Wait until you hear this part. The night before leaving, Mulan performed a ritual that reveals the deepest truth about courage. She cut her hair, donned her father's armor, and looked in the mirror. But she wasn't pretending to be someone else. She was revealing who she had always been underneath the expectations. This wasn't deception. It was integration. You won't believe what happens next. When Mulan arrived at the military camp, something extraordinary occurred. Instead of living in constant fear of discovery, she found unprecedented strength. Why? Because she was no longer fighting against herself. For the first time in her life, her actions aligned perfectly with her authentic purpose. The other soldiers saw confidence, skill, and natural leadership. What they were actually witnessing was someone operating from complete identity integration, when who you are matches perfectly with what you're doing. This is the part that changed everything. During her first major battle, Mulan faced a moment of pure terror. The enemy seemed overwhelming. Traditional warriors around her fell back on brute strength and aggression. But Mulan did something different. She embraced both her natural, strategic intelligence and her trained warrior skills. She used what society called her feminine qualities: intuition, adaptability, emotional intelligence, as military advantages. The result? She didn't just survive, she revolutionized how battles were won. But here's the real twist that most people miss. The greatest moment of courage wasn't when Mulan revealed her true identity to save the emperor. It was much earlier, in that quiet moment when she decided to stop living for others' approval and start living for her deeper purpose. That decision, to align authentic self with meaningful action, created a psychological shift that made all her later heroic acts inevitable. Now, here's what this ancient story reveals about fixing fear forever. Fear isn't overcome by becoming someone else. It's overcome by becoming more authentically yourself while serving something greater than yourself. Think about the fears currently holding you back. Chances are you're afraid of judgment, rejection, or failure because you're trying to fit into boxes that don't match your authentic self. You're fighting an internal war between who you are and who you think you should be. Modern psychology calls this authentic self-expression, but Mulan discovered it 1500 years ago. First, authentic courage, acting despite fear when it serves a meaningful purpose. Mulan wasn't fearless, she was purposeful. Second, strategic rebellion, challenging norms wisely rather than recklessly. Mulan didn't just break rules to break rules. Third, identity integration, combining who you are with who you're meant to become. This isn't about changing yourself, it's about revealing the powerful person who was always there underneath others' limitations. Here's what you can do today. Identify one area where you're holding back because of others' expectations. Ask yourself, what would I do here if I combined my authentic strengths with this situation's real needs? Then, take one small action that honors both who you are and what needs to be done. When you stop fighting against your authentic self and start integrating it with meaningful purpose, something magical happens. The energy you were wasting on internal conflict becomes available for external achievement. Fear becomes fuel. Obstacles become opportunities. Mulan's story isn't just about one brave woman in ancient China. It's about the moment every person faces when they must choose between others' approval and their own authentic power. She discovered that the courage you seek isn't found by becoming someone else. It's found by becoming more fully yourself in service of something that matters. That weird trick isn't weird at all. It's the most natural thing in the world, being authentically you while contributing meaningfully to something greater than yourself. The next time you feel fear holding you back, remember Mulan's secret. Don't ask, how can I be braver? Ask, how can I be more authentically me while serving this situation's real needs? The courage you're looking for is already inside you, waiting to be integrated with your purpose. Which area of your life needs this kind of authentic courage integration? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your journey might inspire someone else to break free from their limiting expectations. If this ancient wisdom resonated with you, subscribe for more stories that transform fear into fuel and obstacles into opportunities. Myth Motivation, ancient wisdom for modern times.